Imagine this. You are about to give an important presentation. The clock is ticking and you realize you are running late. Your heart starts to race and your mind is filled with thoughts of what could go wrong. You scramble to gather your materials, feeling the pressure mounting with each passing second. You can almost hear the ticking of the clock, reminding you that time is slipping away. You rush into the room, your heart pounding in your chest. You feel a wave of anxiety wash over you as you realize that you're the last one to arrive. A few people glance up from their seats, their eyes briefly meeting yours. In that moment, it feels like all eyes are on you, scrutinizing your every move. You probably feel judged too. Your mind races with thoughts of what they might be thinking. Are they judging your tardiness? Are they questioning your competence? This intense feeling of being the center of attention is known as the spotlight effect. It's a cognitive bias that makes us believe that others are paying more attention to us than they actually are. We think everyone sees our every move, every mistake, and every flaw. But the reality is quite different. In reality, they don't. Most people are too absorbed in their own thoughts and concerns to notice the small details of what others are doing. One study demonstrated this phenomenon. Students were asked to wear a silly t-shirt and then estimate how many people noticed it. They guessed that nearly everyone would notice. However, in reality, only a quarter of the people actually did. This is a classic example of our egocentric bias. We tend to overestimate the extent to which others are focused on us. We think we are the center of attention, that everyone is watching and judging us. But the truth is, we are not. Most people are too busy with their own lives to pay that much attention to us. So the next time you feel like all eyes are on you, remember that it's just the spotlight effect playing tricks on your mind. The spotlight effect impacts us every day. We worry about how we look, we overthink our words, we avoid new things entirely. This fear holds us back. The truth is, most people are too busy to notice us. They are dealing with their own lives. Their thoughts are on their own problems and joys. I used to be crippled by the spotlight effect. Every little mistake felt like the end of the world. I was convinced that everyone around me was constantly scrutinizing my every move, waiting for me to slip up. This fear was paralyzing, making it hard to focus on my work and be productive. I remember making a mistake at work. It felt huge. I spilled coffee all over important documents and made a glaring error on a project. My heart sank, and I was sure my colleagues would never let me live it down. The embarrassment was overwhelming. I thought everyone was judging me. I could feel their eyes on me, and I imagined them whispering about my incompetence. It was a constant source of anxiety, and I couldn't shake the feeling that I was under a microscope. I replayed the moment over and over. At night, I would lie awake, thinking about what I could have done differently. During the day, I would find myself lost in thought, replaying the scene in my mind. It was exhausting and unproductive. Then I learned about Ebbinghouse's forgetting curve. This psychological concept explains how our memory retention declines over time. The curve shows that we forget information rapidly after learning it, but the rate of forgetting slows down as time goes on. It shows how quickly we forget things. The first few days are critical as we lose most of the information we've learned. However, as time passes, the rate of forgetting decreases significantly. This was a game changer for me. We remember less and less each day. This was a revelation. It made me realize that others are likely to forget my mistakes much faster than I do. They have their own lives and concerns, and my errors are not as significant to them as they are to me. It made me realize others forget our mistakes faster than we do. This understanding helped me to let go of my anxiety and focus on improving myself rather than dwelling on past errors. I became more confident and less fearful of making mistakes, knowing that they would soon be forgotten. So how do we manage the spotlight effect? First, challenge your negative thoughts. When you catch yourself thinking that everyone is watching and judging you, take a step back. Ask yourself, is this thought based on facts or just my perception? Often you'll find that it's just your mind playing tricks on you. Remind yourself, others are not as focused on you as you think. People are generally more concerned with their own lives and issues. Practice self-compassion. Everyone makes mistakes, and it's a natural part of being human. Instead of being overly critical of yourself, treat yourself with the same kindness you would offer a friend. Focus on the present moment. Mindfulness can be a powerful tool in reducing the spotlight effect. When you find your mind wandering to thoughts of how others perceive you, gently bring your attention back to the here and now. Notice your surroundings, the sounds, the smells, and the sensations in your body. Engage fully in what you are doing, whether it's a hobby, work, or a simple task. Immerse yourself completely. This not only helps in diverting your attention from self-conscious thoughts, but also enhances your overall experience and productivity. This takes your attention off yourself. Mindfulness practices can help. Techniques like deep breathing, meditation, and yoga can ground you in the present and reduce anxiety about how others perceive you. These practices help in calming the mind and bringing a sense of peace. Remember, you are not the main character in everyone else's story. People have their own lives, challenges, and thoughts. They are not scrutinizing your every move. Understanding this can be liberating and can significantly reduce the pressure you feel. They are too busy writing their own. Each person you encounter is dealing with their own set of circumstances and concerns. By realizing this, you can free yourself from the constant worry of being judged and start living more authentically.